We love talking about things together.
Hello and welcome to Jomboy and Jake Radio. It is Wednesday, September 9th. Sports exist. Jake's hair is awesome. His shirt is even better. Coming to you live from the Roosevelt Studios in the Bronx. Jake, how you doing?
Let me know when he starts, BBD.
He hasn't yet.
Okay.
Secret show. Only the audience can hear me. Jake cannot hear me.
What's up, dude?
Nothing?
Can't hear you.
Can't hear me?
Can't hear you.
Lies. You want me to take my mask off?
Yes. Got no idea what's going on there. Classic. Gotcha.
Classic joke. Number one.
Gotcha.
Classic joke of all time.
Bang.
Check out what I have underneath this one.
Bang.
Mustache.
Ooh. Put the mask back on.
Those are masks made by Roosevelt's.
We got people watching on YouTube.
They're perfect. They have a little chin section.
Yeah.
And they have a little, you can shape it.
It's got an adjustable.
You can shape it to the bridge of your nose.
An adjustable nozzle area.
Yeah.
So, good morning, Jim.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Did you get
We
laid?
love talking about things together.
I
Love that
I
clip.
like that a lot. Did I get laid?
You're in top tip spirits. I haven't seen you this top tip.
I was in good spirits.
2020.
I was in good spirits yesterday, 2 days in a row. I came in. I said I was clear-headed.
We get votes. Clear-headed and top spirits are two different things.
I'm doing well, man.
I love it. Bang.
What's to be upset about? It's September.
Bang.
The sun is gone today. It's cloudy all day.
I ain't seen that, son.
Yeah. Sheridan Market blows.
Ain't no
that was pretty
sunshine
devastating.
when she's gone.
How are you doing?
She gone today. I'm good. Stayed up too late. I got caught watching a tennis match, and that's just a mistake. It was cool. This kid was kind of obnoxious, and his mom was his coach. So he just yell at his mom. Be like, dude, you suck. Don't yell at your mom.
He was yelling at his mom?
Yeah.
That's not fair. She's not allowed to talk to him.
She's his coach. So she can talk back.
No, coaches aren't allowed to talk to the players in tennis. Don't you remember when Serena's coach was giving her hand signals and they were like, there's zero communication allowed from coach to player in tennis?
You could say come on and stuff.
I thought there was I thought there was zero.
They don't patrol if you're you don't have to be mute.
Yeah, I guess there's no coaching though, active coaching. So I wonder what she's saying. That he was getting mad.
He wasn't actively coaching back or anything.
Coaching her and how to be a coach?
Anti-coaching.
How old is he?
21, I think.
Shopalov or something.
Shopalov?
Dennis Shopalov.
I feel like there's another syllable in there.
We're missing something.
But, yeah, he, yelled at her, and then she left her seat. And then she got him a new pair of shoes, so that was nice. But, yeah, just got caught in that. Forgot that Shapovalov, there you go, Jeff Hagan.
Jeff, what's going on with coaching in tennis? I thought it was a strict, netball's that way in Australia too, strict. It says, it says code violation for on-court coaching.
Right.
Someone got it.
Coaching.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that was good. And then I was watching that for a while, and then I remembered that there's a good basketball game on, so I watched that for a bit.
Is this after Yankees?
Yes. And then, so I watched that, and then I went back to the tennis because I was already in that. And then, yeah, it was just too late. But, no, it was an all right night. Got a little extra sleep this morning. Didn't pretend like I was going to fake workout or something. So, now we're here.
Now we're here.
What have you been up to?
Nothing. Watched the Yankees. Caitlin's mom's in town.
That's right.
Took Mac for a walk. Watched a show. Went to bed. Nothing. I watched a show. I have 20 minutes left, so...
You're in this show.
20 minutes left of the whole show.
You scared the whole office this morning.
Yeah. Well, you would have been scared if you were in my shoes. So
I bet.
I was in between morning and this show, and I was prepping things and doing some stuff that didn't require sound. So I was like, let me bank out these next 20 minutes of this show.
Sure.
And it's like the final 20 minutes, so everything's coming to a head. So I was pretty lost in it. I didn't realize how lost in it I was. And then something crazy happened.
Crazy.
So I gasped.
I found out.
And then...
The most dramatic gasp I've heard this year.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I was like in it. And it was
were.
like really good camera work.
We thought we might have to stop waking Jake.
Really good reveal. And then Ant was right behind me. He was like, what you watching, Jim?
Yeah.
And then I was like, dude, I was in it. So I was like, whoa, okay, sorry. If
Yeah.
you'd been behind me, I had headphones in. And then I explained it to him because I was like, you have to understand what just happened.
Sure.
Because what he saw
Right.
was a man shoot a child
Whoa.
during the show.
Spoiler.
And he was like, what are you watching?
Yeah.
And then he dropped another good line. He goes, pretty heavy for 9 a.m.
Yeah. It's a tough start to the day.
But I don't do light. I don't do light and fluffy shows.
That's not true. You like that for kids shows. Coming of age things.
Yeah, well, I didn't like it. I watched like 3 episodes because I wanted to like it, and I didn't. But I heard that Teenage What was the show I told you about? Teenage Hunters, Teenage Bounty Hunters. I've heard good things, so I want to try that one.
Okay.
Yeah, if I like a light show, it's like super bad.
Right.
Like Everwood.
Sure.
Everwood's kind of heavy. But yeah, now I have 10 minutes left because I paused it to explain to Ant. So like, you know, they're in the kid just got shot. And I paused it. Now I don't know.
You can watch. We'll be all right.
It's yeah, it's, you know, it's an Australian show. Remember, I've been searching for Australian shows. So it's about early settlers in Australia.
Yes.
Well, we can all watch the last 10 minutes of the series with you right now.
Just punch it.
All right, here we go.
Good start.
It's the middle of the. I mean, the kid just got shot, so people are screaming. It's a crazy, crazy scene.
Volume was a little high on Dad's end, but sounds good.
Yeah, 10 minutes left. I gotta finish it.
10 minutes. So this is gonna be a reaction episode today.
I will watch it when we're done with Jomboy.
Boring.
I'm rooting for the Aborigines. Let me tell you that.
Oh, been there. We owed Sid Fishy a new speaker in the chat. We'll hit
my
you.
Speaker out.
Hit up BBD on Venmo.
Yes. Jake, jail story. You have a jail story?
I mentioned probably like a month ago that I'd been in cuffs, and Philip, my cup, asked for it every day, so I will not reward the behavior, unfortunately.
You've been in... Oh, I know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You ever been in cuffs, BBD? You want to?
In the fun way?
I don't know.
No, okay.
No.
It's not my first choice.
I've never been in cuffs, but I've been strapped to a gurney.
Yeah.
And then double strapped because I broke out of the straps.
Gurneys.
Double strapped.
They had cuffs on them.
I guess you were in a gurney journey, they say.
Yeah. Fucked up. They fucked me up.
They fucked you up.
Yeah. Don't remember the next 3 days.
Susie Pops.
Damn hospitals.
Aggressive. Too aggressive. Susie Pops.
Anything else we got? I mean, long day today. You excited for a long day?
Susie Pop, yeah.
Be here till midnight again, probably. What time's the game? 6:30 or 7?
Born for long days. Be hilarious if this is the later game.
6:30. Huge.
Actually, is a big difference. Last night's game ended. I was like, oh.
Yeah, it wasn't even 10 o'clock yet.
The difference between 9:30 and 10
is crazy. You look at the clock, you're 9:30, you're like, oh my God, I have to watch something else.
If it's 9:30, you get to do something else with your day. If it's 10, you better be finding a good tennis match.
Yeah.
They say.
My eyes deceive people. A lot of people thought I was crying last night.
Yeah.
A lot of people said I was dead inside. A lot of people said the gummy was hitting, but I took it right before I made that video.
Bro. Fucking Blaze. Red Sox second round pick. Blaze Jordan.
The Yankees, man.
What a reference.
They're going to win it all.
Yeah, I'm excited to see if your prophecy comes true for tonight. Because your spidey senses were off last week. But now you're 2 for 2 this week.
Yeah, they had to get to 500.
I hope so. We'll see. Dude, the Astros and Yankee parallels are getting spooky. Astros hit 500 yesterday. They won the second game of the doubleheader. Greinke, sac fly. Yeah, we'll see. Because if they lose, I'm worried I might lose this guy. And this guy's beautiful.
I'm numb. Like, I didn't care.
JV coach Jomboy.
The last 2 losses, I didn't.
Oh, there's a difference between not caring and being positive and jolly.
Well, I think
you seem like the Bronx's savior today, and I think you're gonna be.
I won't be down in the dumps again. Like, I've accepted that this season might not even make the playoffs. Sure. So anything that good happens is just better.
Right.
This is acceptance where I'm in a good mood because nothing matters.
Yeah, that wasn't here yesterday. You're at a high level today.
I came into JJR yesterday
and now we've got him down.
Telling you how happy I was.
It was all a facade.
You said you were in a good mood. You weren't in like a top tier.
You weren't. I banged everyone's wife this morning, and today you weren't.
Today you're in a next level great mood.
I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Yesterday you were in a good mood. Certainly.
You should watch yesterday's morning versus today's morning. Yesterday's morning I was in like the best mood I've ever been on. I texted Katie and said, "This is the best mood I've been in forever."
Your sentence last night, where you went from hope. What'd you say? Hope doesn't exist or hope doesn't matter, and then you caught yourself.
If you have hope,
and I think that turned things around for you.
Hold up. I'm so confused. Your read on me.
Yeah.
The Yankees are done.
Sure.
The fake storyline is a joke that I'm doing.
Sure.
I don't feel like
You believe it. I'm telling you believe it.
I don't.
Okay. So you don't think this team's going to rope you back in?
Like, I'm battling. They may rope me back in to think they can like win a series. This team will not win an ALCS.
Okay. I just think they're going to rope you in. Like, that's what you've been saying, that they're going to be bad and then they're going to win a couple games and get healthy and rope you back in.
Like, we will be like, hey, this could work.
Yeah.
But on the back of my mind, I know that this team has zero chance winning a World Series.
Okay.
The last 2 seasons,
I wasn't even talking about Yankee stuff.
I'm confused. It feels like you're coming at me in a weird way.
No, see now it's a bad mood. You had Ron Swanson, Tiger Woods vibes today. It's powerful.
I feel like
I've never seen someone so offended by saying they're in a good mood.
I am offended.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Because I was in a good mood yesterday.
I take it back.
And I'm in a lesser good mood today.
I take it back. He's in a bad mood.
I am in a bad mood now. Yeah.
I'm excited for the last 10 minutes of this show.
The bet?
No. Aussie show.
Oh, yeah.
Live reaction.
No, it'd be too loud for you. It's just a bunch of war scenes.
That might be good, too. 10 minutes of screaming.
I truly think it's going to be 10 minutes of battle, and then everyone's going to die, and they're going to roll the credits. That's like my guess.
Okay.
So everyone's already dying. Like
It's starting early.
Three main characters just died.
It's starting early.
One guy got a fire torch. Dude, okay.
Okay.
So let me tell you why this was so dramatic.
Okay.
There's a guy that is nice to the Aborigines.
What's the name of the show? Just so if anyone has this queued up.
Dude, this is a made-for-TV movie in Australia,
Yeah.
and no one's seen this.
Okay.
All the actresses and actors are like big deal.
You
actors.
can ruin it.
I will ruin it. So there's a guy that's friends with the Aborigines.
Yes.
He married an Aboriginal woman and has a child that's half Aborigine, half white man.
Okay.
Very friendly. He speaks the language and stuff. So they've decided that the whites and the Aborigine are now fighting, and it's at a crosshairs. And they show up like kind of by him, and they're at war. And he is protecting the Aborigines because they're in the right and the white people are in the wrong. And then one of the white guys grabs him, goes, "Traitor," and stabs him in the eye with a fire torch. And they show his eye like bleeding. Then they show that guy come off him, then he gets hit with a spear, the guy that's stabbing him.
Stab guy, spear.
So now we have one character dead,
Right.
or face melted, right?
In a
Main character.
Bad time.
The main character that was doing that to him, he gets a spear thrown through his body. Ugh!
Double.
So he's dead.
Double death.
When his body collapses, they reveal who threw the spear, and it was the Fire Eye's son, like 10-year-old son. So then you're like, oh, he just watched his dad
Get stabbed in the
get
eye.
stabbed in the eye, and then he killed the dude.
someone.
And then right from that shot, they reveal they rack focus to the guy standing behind him, and it's the guy with a gun, and he shoots the kid.
Oh, my God.
So like in 10 seconds, that's why I guess so loud.
Holy smokes.
An aunt was standing behind me watching me watch this whole thing, and I was like sitting there like, oh, and that's where I'm at. So like 3 guys just died.
Oh, my God.
In like a bunch of like twisty ways.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Like, you weren't necessarily even expecting the first guy to go quite yet.
No.
Ooh.
It's really good camera work by them.
What's the name of the movie show?
Secret River.
Secret River.
So now you guys have gotten a good amount of the ending to the show.
So now if
Here,
you
watch.
you see anyone,
I'll make sure
okay,
the volume. I'll make sure the volume's
I've
low.
turned it down too.
volume down.
So that's where I was at. It's like a crazy
Yeah.
10 seconds.
No, that's.
Excusable gasp?
I guess so. Yeah. I mean, if I was in trench. I mean, it feels like this show's Red Wedding.
It's just like a lot happened.
Yeah.
I watched my brother watch The Red Wedding for the first time a couple weeks ago. He's pretty mad.
How'd that work for you?
He was just like, well, that's bullshit because those are all the characters I liked.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
It's a definite weird feeling if you've never watched a TV show where half the characters die in one scene.
It's like all the ones that were like,
But if
liked.
you liked it, we've got something for you.
Did it work out? Because like the ending blew.
The Thrones?
Yeah.
Did you see there was another rumor that came out the other day that like they told Jon Stark in season 3 he was gonna kill the Night King?
Yeah. I love reading that because I read that whole thread afterwards, and it's like, well, yeah, it makes sense because it was his battle for
It was the
6
whole
seasons,
thing.
and his sister just learned about the Night King 1 hour before, and then she ended up killing him, and it didn't make any sense. And it's like, yeah, really
So dumb. Geeks.
Out of nowhere.
really, really poorly done.
Geeks.
All right,
Spoilers today.
a lot of spoilers. Let's go to the
At least
sports.
him being a Targaryen mattered.
Yeah, right. This is a mix of poison and the regular coffee I brewed yesterday, so it's gonna be awful.
I'm going to mix some poison soon. Jimmy, the sports, a lot of Jomboy guys with big days yesterday. Jalen Ramsey, big extension, 5 years, 105. Kareem Hunt, 2-year extension for the Browns. Thunder, Billy Donovan. they part ways, Jim. It's tough to hear that. More so on my side of things, Jim. Von Miller out for the season. Last play of practice. Like torn ACL type stuff. Really sucks. In kind of good news, someone we saw at spring training and is really cool to watch, Ozzie Albies is back for the Braves.
Little monster.
Little monster. So that's fun. Couple other headlines here. Oh, your guy Benny, likely done for the season. Andrew Benintendi already was done for the season. And Jim, a late rumor, John Rothstein says that an ACC team has submitted an idea for the Super-NCAA tourney for basketball. Everybody gets in.
I'm really sorry to Shane Bodkin.
I hope Shane's joking, because Shane watches a lot of stuff.
He said I was on season 6.
If Shane follows us enough, he's on the internet enough that you can't have dodged
So you think he's joking?
the Game of Thrones stuff by now. I hope
And that's
so.
not even like the ending. It's still a pretty big deal.
And if so, we're just sorry about it.
Yeah.
But
For what it's worth, Jake, if you recall, a year ago when I was watching Game of Thrones for the first time, we talked about it a little bit, but on an episode of Talking Yanks, you just kind of dropped the Targaryen, Jon Snow thing in a burn once.
yeah, well, you got to be careful.
During the last
You got to be
season.
careful.
During the last season, it's pretty tough.
I mean, things
I got to that episode like 2 days later.
move quick.
All right, so some news here. You said a lot of my guys. Let's try and find
Yeah.
something I care about.
Yeah.
Thunder and Billy Donovan part ways. Billy Donovan, if he was cast in a movie, he'd be such a bad guy. He'd be such the dweeby bad guy.
I have a Billy Donovan take.
He'd be the guy from... no one's going to get that reference.
Shane Bodkin was joking, so we're good. David?
Single episode is good.
I've got a Billy Donovan hot take, Jim.
Yeah.
Hot take. Dude, I think he's going to be a TV guy.
Okay.
Like, he won NCAA titles. He's kind of not, like, beloved in NBA circles for whatever reason. But, like, he did it, and he got paid. Like, dude, go to TV, make some money, and just call it a life.
I mean, it's just, like, if his personality matches his look, it's understandable why he's not liked. Like, this is a bad guy.
Is it the hair that gets you?
The hair.
Yeah.
The stern. His eyebrows are always down.
He's a
Grayer
coach.
now.
So he just looks like a
Disciplinarian.
Yeah, he looks like an assistant principal.
And I think, he could be flexible because he's got NCAA titles. It's 55 from Rockville Center, New York. Jim.
That's cool.
Never been?
No. I don't know where Rockville Center is. Where is it?
I don't know either.
Okay.
Long Island?
Super-NCAA tourney where every single team plays in. How are they going to... You just do it by regions?
I mean,
Is
pretty
it like
much...
If you just add in the conference tournaments, aren't we kind of just doing it? Like if you just do the conference tournaments and then
Just say that's part of it.
Just have the top 2 from each conference or the top 1 from each conference, like make it like couldn't you do this very easily?
Yeah, so I've heard this dreamt about in the NCAA for a while. And I mean, you're kind of right, but at the same time, like, it's kind of the dream. It's Koshin.
Yeah. But
everybody's in
not
single
everyone's
elimination.
in Koshin. You have to win your conference tournament in Koshin. You have to win your district or your presect, what they said.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was only the winners?
Yeah, it was only the win. You have to win
Winners
your
of each thing.
presect, and then you got to go. So it was. They already do this.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's the dream tournament. It's a single elimination, every team.
They haven't fully explained what it would look like.
Yeah.
I imagine if they like can't do a season, this is the best way to have every team get some amount of games. There's so many college teams.
Yeah,
it's
there's like
crazy.
300, so I don't think you can bubble. I don't know.
But
You have to do bubbles for the conference, and then the top 2 from each conference.
Like round robin.
You just have no at-large bids. You're actually ruining the quality of play.
Well, I think they submitted it for this year as like a COVID solution, right?
I believe so. I've only seen the tweet I sent you.
But I know they've dreamt of this on a more grandeur scale.
Yeah. They should just have the conference. I mean, it seems very simple to me. Do the conference tournament bubble. Have you can play a round robin for a week just to get some games in.
Sure.
Exhibition games. Then the tournament starts and it's single elimination.
But you're in your conference.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I mean, the dream of this is, one Duke versus Central Connecticut State.
But they can't do that in the bubble
this
season.
year.
Yeah.
But in the future.
I thought this was a bubble suggestion.
I think as of now it's a bubble suggestion, but kind of like with baseball stuff, I think they'd like to take it into a grandeur.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
That's hard. As a bubble solution, it seems very easy. The regular season basketball doesn't mean shit anyway. It starts with the conference tournaments.
Last ranked team's pretty funny, though.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of sucks if you play your first game against Duke.
Well, that's the whole point.
Like if it's straight up a 1 seed versus the 315
364,
seed.
yeah.
That is very funny.
And also not fun.
Those be good games. I mean, that's
how you
get massive upsets.
Yeah. I think this is simple to do during bubble season. You just bubble every conference. Then you make
do a quick round robin for each.
Then you make the 4 regions. You bubble those. Then they do this.
To bubble to bubble.
They literally do this.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
kind of do it.
It exists already. It's how they do college basketball.
They just aren't allowed to leave the hotel this time.
Let's see how
they have a conference tournament hotel, and then they have the West region, and then they have the Final Four or whatever. If they do this.
Interested to see how college football goes because I don't know. Everything can still get shot down pretty quickly.
Yeah, kind of should.
Clippers Arena in Inglewood approved for construction.
Huge.
They should stop sharing.
Steve Ballmer. Yeah.
I think the Clippers
Jets and Giants.
Different. I think it's a little different. I think the Lakers have a pretty strong hold there. Jets and Giants is 1 game a week, and they can change it out pretty. The Clippers will never be the team that play. It'll always be Lakers.
Yeah. I mean, couldn't you say Yankees and Mets always have 2 stadiums, and it's always going to be Yankees?
Huh?
If we're using Lakers,
it's still LA City.
Lakers and Clippers as a comparison.
Yes, but you'll never have it'll always be Lakers City. But right now they don't even have their own arena. They're
right.
They walk in the building and feel second fiddle.
Hey, they might win it all this year.
I know, but go get your own place. It's kind of and especially if they win it, then the Lakers are going to get out of here like they did to Babe Ruth and the Yankees.
LA can handle having another big arena.
You don't outsell us in our own building. You're fucking gone. Go across the river to the Bronx. Polo Grounds for us.
Yeah. Okay. Good for the Clippers. Steve Ballmer.
What happened to Benintendi? He wasn't even playing, right?
Benny and the Jets.
I mean, he's isn't he having? He played 10 games and he was awful, right? Was he playing hurt?
He is shut down for the season. Strained right rib cage. Ends his season with a 103 batting average.
I mean, worse than that, he's got a 442 OPS. I mean,
similarly as bad.
The OPS plus is 25.
How many games did he play?
Only 14. It's not a lot, but I was wondering if he was playing hurt because those numbers are abysmal.
His last game, he got 2 hits. Go out on top, Benny.
He had 4 hits on the season, so he went out on top.
Butter knife that.
What a knife. Butterfly knife.
Very, very clever. Von Miller, ugly hair.
Hey.
Out for the season.
It's a look. Yeah, classic last play of practice. Basically, your whole season goes out the window.
What'd he do?
Phillies?
They didn't get like the official report yet, but I believe it was non-contact, writhing in pain.
I think they said tendon, but I didn't catch which tendon it is.
A lot of the things say ankle, so I don't know if it's injured a tendon in his ankle.
That sucks.
Yeah. Brutal.
Yep.
Davey officially called back up,
Brutal.
which we knew.
We knew. They said he was going to start today, right?
Yeah,
Who'd they send down?
Florial. They brought him up
Forgot he
just
was
to be a
there.
runner,
Yeah.
and they didn't even use him.
Yeah. Could have used him.
I guess this is Davey's first time, like officially being on the roster,
team.
right?
Want to know?
It's weird.
Want to know my thing with the Yankees?
Tell me, baby.
They didn't hit yesterday.
Yes.
The lineup was their weakest hitting options. Like, it wasn't the best lineup they could have done.
The sliding Andujar down because other hitters suck is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen.
They need to get over themselves with their lineup construction pretty hard. They didn't need to play Tauchman.
No. I mean, it's him or Gardy, right?
Okay, but, I
And
mean,
they both stink.
they both stink. Tauchman stinks worse. Or, you know what? Tauchman gives you... There's no at-bat Tauchman can give you that isn't demoralizing right now.
Yeah.
I'm being honest.
The only RBI of the
Walks.
game.
But even the walks are demoralizing because he fouls off 92-mile-per-hour strikes right down the middle.
Right.
Gardner can go 0 for 5, but can give you an at-bat where you're like, hey, he fought.
Yeah.
Which isn't saying much.
The next step on base running,
It's a
too.
0 and a 0.1
Yeah.
options. But, I mean, and then...
They both
Gardy
stink.
did just have a 3-game hitting streak and went right back to being bad.
Yeah,
but-
and now he's 3 games hitless, 0 for his last 11.
Yeah. And pinch hitting Ford after Wade walked twice and Wade,
Wade
could
was
bunt
fine.
to get on or can do,
Has speed.
and Ford complaining about strikes, even though it wasn't a strike.
Yeah.
Just a bad energy. Like, Tauchman and Ford are just bad energy. They're not passing the baton to the next batter, and which is what Hicks was doing yesterday. Hicks was actually like, let's fucking get it, guys. Like,
Why didn't they pinch hit Gardy instead of Ford?
Great question.
I didn't think of that.
Ford pinch hit made no sense.
Because he only gets hits when he pinch hits.
He's bad, man.
He stinks.
Which is
Like,
fake
their
Twitter.
offense didn't need to be as bad as it was. The Yankees just
No.
are playing all the bad players.
Yeah. No, and sliding your hottest hitter down to break up the bad hitters. is
Sliding
just not good
Andujar down
baseball.
is the part that was the issue.
Had
I
2
am
hits. Would have been. Talkman came up with the bases loaded twice.
Sack fly, one of them.
Would have been Andujar. I don't know. Bad times. Step in the right direction. Decent baseball game.
Yeah.
Gardy Tauchman, I wouldn't harp on, but Gardy's the better option. It wasn't the worst 9 guys you could have put out, but Andujar 8th was dumb.
King and Britton looked awesome.
Yeah. So did Hap.
That's the half.
That's the half.
At halftime in August, we've been discussing candies, but we've also been discussing DraftKings. Now is the time to celebrate. That's right. Football is here. To kick off football's 101st season, DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is giving all users a no-brainer to start the season. If you haven't tried DraftKings Sportsbook yet, head to the App Store now because you don't want to miss this. Have you ever heard of a football team losing by 100 points? Well, for Week 1, DraftKings is ensuring that even if Kansas City were to lose in historic fashion, you would still cash your bet. That's right, DraftKings Sportsbook has moved the spread to Kansas City plus 101 for all users. So even if Kansas City loses by 100 points, you will still win big with DraftKings Sportsbook. That's a no-brainer. Plus, DraftKings is giving away up to $100 million in prizes to all users who enter their free football survivor pool. All you have to do is sign up for DraftKings Sportsbook. Enter their survivor pool, and you'll instantly get a share of up to $100 million in giveaways. Download the top-rated DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code Jomboy to take advantage of this no-brainer of an offer. That's promo code Jomboy to get in on all the action for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook. You must be 21 or older. New Jersey only. Eligibility restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. BBD, what is the candy of the day today?
Nice read.
That was my best read
Bang.
yet. Yeah, that was my best read yet.
He's hot.
My mouth got full of saliva because, I didn't swallow in between words or
Sure.
anything. So by the end, I was getting a little mush mouth. But I think I even persevered and overcame that.
Persevere.
You guys wouldn't even have known.
Wouldn't have known.
Today's candy.
Yeah.
We're going with the Kit Kat, boys.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
I'm interested
We've been
to see what
snappy.
my
We're in a
mustache
good mood. You
becomes.
can't be in a bad mood with a Kit Kat.
Kit Kat bar.
Would you buy a Kit Kat bar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm out. I like Kit Kat bars, but I would never buy one at a store.
I don't think I have bought one for myself
No, what I think
in a
it
long
is.
time, but I would.
I think, say if you're craving, you're going to get a candy and you're going to get something chocolatey.
Yeah.
I think Reese's obviously has priority over the Kit Kat bar.
Yeah.
But I think if you say, like, no Reese's, like, I'm not going to get.
Yeah, I've never
the
said that. That's a thing there.
If you were going to not get a Reese's and you're like, hey, you know, I'm not getting the Reese's today. We've done Reese's. Kit Kat might be 2.
It's not in a peanut butter mood. Would
In
you
the
be
in
surprised?
the in the chocolatey
Take 5, 100
put it in the
grand.
fridge realm.
Take 5s are really good.
I
Take
got
fives are
I
good.
got a whole list before.
Take fives are good.
But if there's a Halloween bucket
Right.
and you have those little single Kit Kats in there,
Oh, the singles.
you know, in a Halloween like mishmash
Yeah, are there
bag,
2 in there?
maybe it's a 2-pack.
Yeah, I think it's a 2.
They're little though. They're
Yeah,
like
yeah,
shorter.
yeah.
They sell them in the ones.
Those
too.
will be one
They
of
do
my
sell 'em
first
in the
grabs out of that bucket. It'll be like the Reese's little cups,
Yeah.
the gold wrapper, and then those will be my
Yeah.
my 2 grabs out of. But I never buy a Kit Kat for myself.
They are a choice Halloween candy.
Yeah.
At one point, my dad was tossing Kit Kat around as his #1 candy. I don't know if he would maintain that today. For a couple years there in my youth, we had those around pretty often because they're my dad's favorite.
It's also a good, like, I think it's a good share. Like the 4-piece Kit Kats.
I haven't had one of those probably since I was a little kid. I
The-
was just thinking, like, where do you get a 4-piece
The
from?
OG
I don't think I've
Kit
had a
Kats.
full size one.
Yeah.
in a long time. But I'd
Do they
get
have them
one.
at the bodega? I don't even know. Do they have a candy section? They have to, right?
Yeah, they have
Do we just
candy.
ignore it?
I think it's
Where
right
is
underneath,
it?
underneath the counter.
Behind the counter.
I don't know.
I
Someone in
think
the Periscope chat said, not keen on the flavors in Kit Kat, but they spelled flavors with a U, so they're from
Flavor
the
Works.
UK.
They're eating
So-
actual cats.
No, they're from the UK. Do they have? I've never had a flavored Kit Kat.
They make the
I think
ones
there's
that
like
are
a mint one, right? Isn't there a green one
mint
or something?
one. I've had like the red velvet one they make.
Oh, BBD.
I think they do make ones that are
Nasty.
like weird Reese's cousins,
Okay.
which if I recall worked, but kind of weird vibes. I would take the straight up one over any of the variants, but I'd try the variants.
A lot of Kit Kat rumors in the chat. Wild flavors in Japan.
Oh yes, I did a whole video on
Oh, they had the
Jomboy Media blind taste test Kit Kat. I think I did a whole video on different Kit Kat flavors.
Pick me up a piece of that.
Maybe I didn't. Japanese Kit Kats.
they do the white chocolate ones.
The white chocolate, yeah. I don't know if I've had those.
How do you feel about white chocolate in general?
The basketball player?
I'm there. Sports. from
Okay,
Jomboy.
yes. I have a whole video where I ate Japanese Kit Kats with a bunch of flavors.
How'd you do?
This was wasabi.
Thought these flavors would be more distinct.
It does taste like chocolate right now. This tastes like a Kit Kat and nothing else.
Wasabi didn't taste like anything but a Kit Kat.
Okay.
No, just nothing else.
Nothing else.
Yeah. So that's a video. 5,000 views.
You might have Kit Katted yourself out. Whole night of Kit Kats.
They were small.
Oh, I eat Kit Kats like a nut job.
You do?
Yeah.
How?
So I specifically try to eat all of the chocolate off of the crunch.
That is nut job. You bite it. You don't just like suck the chocolate down like a
Correct.
peanut. That is,
Yeah.
That's weird. Okay. The flavors I did on this blind taste test is wasabi, rum raisin, strawberry cheesecake, azuki sand, shinsu apple, and ichimi.
And?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah.
April 13th, 2015. I did this when I was living in Walnut Creek.
Walnut Creek. The Creek times.
Brad and Jamie.
Be rad.
Be rad.
is rad.
Yeah. Shinsu apple. That probably tasted good. The good old days. Anyway, that's Kit Kat bar. Good
Cool.
one. Invented in 1911. No, trademarked in 1911. Didn't hit stores until 1920.
Yeah.
Big
9 years. I think you do make a nice point, Jim, that I think on Halloween, Kit Kats get like a
bump.
A 2-point bump.
Yes, they're
Yeah.
a great Halloween candy. But
Yeah.
I don't buy them for myself ever.
So someone before asked if Halloween was going to be normal this year, and no.
Depends where you live.
Yeah. Yeah. If it's normal where you live, you'll be shamed for it.
What are you going to be for Halloween?
We've talked about it. Careful.
BBD, what are you going to be for Halloween?
What's your best Halloween outfit ever?
Yeah,
BBD?
let's go through your history of your Halloween outfits.
Every year.
God, we're in September right now.
Every year.
That's a fact.
Okay.
What do you want?
Technically.
What was like the one from your youth?
Well, I did. Well, it's gonna be a weird one, but
Okay.
I did win a costume contest in 6th grade.
Okay.
Because I went as Hannah Montana,
Wow.
which I don't think you can do now.
Sure
Kind
you
of
can.
inappropriate.
Why not?
I was like put boobs in and stuff.
Yeah.
You can live that way
It's
now.
a gender bender. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's
but
more
but
encouraged now.
I was like kidding. I don't think I can joke about it.
I was kidding.
You weren't.
You weren't
weren't kidding.
You're kidding yourself.
So what came in second place?
Oh, I don't remember. I think I was the only person that entered. But I won. Can't take that from me.
Sounds
Hosted
like-
in your basement. Mom and dad the judge.
Yeah, someone else entered stuff. There are a few categories.
Okay.
Did the baseball player a bunch because
Sure.
boy.
Yeah.
Boy.
Jake, what's your best Halloween costume? Should we save this for a Halloween episode?
We'll revisit
We
it.
can revisit it.
Jake's gonna be Pedro this year.
There's a Power Ranger one. That was good. Red Ranger. And then I had this default like skeleton. Like if Halloween didn't happen, I was gonna be this skeleton costume.
Yeah, Phoebe Bridgers. I guess.
Awful. Awful. It was a big pillow mask. So hot.
I can't do
Disgusting.
masks.
Yeah.
At a very early age, I couldn't do
time
masks.
for
I
you.
still can't.
Yeah. What was one from your youth? We had a couple good college ones.
I didn't do. I never really did Halloween.
Do you want me to call Susan Papa
Yeah.
and say you never got dressed up for Halloween?
No, I did it, but I never went all out. Like I always
Right.
did the bare minimum.
That's fine.
Even in college. Remember when I went out? as
So
just-
which is the
as
one that
tan?
stands out? Yeah. Tan was a great outfit. Don't put tan down. Just wear all tan clothes.
Yes.
I'm tan.
That's bare minimum though. I did in middle school. I went as blue. Like that was a theme for me. I just picked colors. What are you, blue?
Your sophomore, junior year outfit, I don't know if you could do that again.
Pedophile?
Yeah.
No.
It's good pictures.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, I don't think you can do that.
I looked like
Oh,
Steve
yeah.
Dahmer.
Yeah. Big time.
I had like mustache, sideburns,
Like
big
70s shades.
70s like librarian
Like this person got in
glasses,
trouble shades.
denim hat.
Yeah. Denim hat always got a lot of run.
I still have the denim hat. Yeah, you can't do that.
Burglars was good.
I was a blind person. You probably can't do that
09
anymore.
World Series run. I think a blind person still gets done.
Then Santa Barbara, huge Halloween
Yeah.
town in college, and the cops took away my stick.
Yeah.
So then I was just a guy
Right.
with glasses on.
Yeah.
They had like a blind referee outfit, so you wore the ref outfit and you had the stick.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I don't want to be a ref, though.
I just want the
but
stick.
I'm into the blind part.
Yeah.
And then I had these big glasses that I Sharpied out the inside.
Yeah.
So I truly was walking around
Blind.
drunk in the city of Santa Barbara blind with a stick.
Yeah.
And the cops took my stick. So
They
then-
don't like that.
Did Joe Madden one year?
Ooh.
You did Joe Madden? That's a deep cut. Did all the girls get impressed?
Yeah.
Totally.
I know the girls love a good Joe Madden costume.
Just get the hat. I realized if I had a hat and the glasses, it was kind of a similar vibe to it. So
Yeah.
then I just bought a Cubs sweatshirt and a Cubs
My
hat.
mom has any good outfits.
Just a sexy nurse.
She's gonna like this.
Oh, yeah.
Like, she tried to make me the Beast from Beauty and the Beast when I was 6,
Sure.
and I ripped the mask off. I'm
Yeah.
like, absolutely not.
I mean, that's a serious mask.
Mom, you're on the radio. What's one of my better Halloween costumes of my youth?
When you were a knight and you took it off, you just had a gray sweatsuit on, or when you were the Beast and Courtney was Beauty. And then for the rest of your life, you were just a scary monster, a scary ghoul. You just put a black robe on we would do your face up.
Yes. I was telling Jake I didn't do Halloween, really.
I mean, you got a couple
No, you
there.
were correct.
Yeah, she didn't like it. Okay, love you.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.
Love you.
I knew there was a go-to I had. I couldn't remember. I would just wear a black shirt, and my aunt, she says I would do your face up. My aunt would put one red line with, like, stitches,
Yeah.
and I was just like...
That's a good costume.
I was just like a kid in a black shirt with a scar on my face.
It's a good costume.
Like, I hated Halloween. I would rather
Beast
stay.
is intense.
I would rather stay home with my grandma and hand out candy, even as a little kid, than like go walk around in a costume.
Still getting candy, yeah.
Yeah. Beast was intense. There's pictures of
Beast
that.
is
Like,
intense.
I
yeah.
ripped that off right away. No way.
I read the news today, oh boy, and though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
Man blows up part of the house while chasing a fly. A church leader who claims coronavirus is God's punishment for same-sex marriage tests positive. He's 91 years old. Good. Let's live the rest of your life out and move on from that. Austrian guy spends 2.5 hours in a box filled with ice cubes. David Blaine already accomplished that feat 10 years ago. So.
BF?
Kentucky driver failed to fool police with a hand-drawn license plate. And a man from Albany was rescued from Lake George by priests on a floating tiki bar. Interesting. Who was on the floating bar, the priest or the man?
I read the news today, oh boy, and
All right.
Both sides of the church today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man blew up the house chasing a fly. We've all been there.
Chasing the fly.
Yes, I love a good fly chase, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I used to, when I lived in the basement in Newtown, you remember my room?
Yeah.
There was a fly. I would get it into the bathroom. Remember that? Then I'd shut the door and be me, a pillow, and the fly.
Yeah.
And there was only one person walking out, and it was me, because it was just a dumb little
It's a
fly.
fly.
It wasn't going to take me down.
It's a fly.
And I'd just get after it, man. It was like a fun thing.
It's a really good kind of, and I think this is kind of the world that one of the things that brings us together the most, James, is it's a quick individual challenge that you're going to win 99% of the time.
But it's a little bit of a battle.
I mean, you if there's a fly in this room right now, lock it, and you're like, all right.
Me and you.
May the best man win.
It's going to be me.
It's going to be me.
Yeah.
But there's going to be one time when it's not.
I love
You
a good
go out
fly
the
chase.
window.
You get frustrated, and then you always win.
I got really good. It was kind of my coming of age was killing flies. Like, my mom and my sister were kind of like, when is it going to become useless or useful? Talking about me. And once I figured out how to kill flies, it's kind of like baseball.
Yeah.
Roll up a magazine. You got a bat.
I'm a pillowcase guy.
You're a pillowcase guy? Something about rolling up the magazine, too, is kind of like
Oh,
male erotica.
yeah. You feel like you're about to
It's
beat up a
male
dog.
erotica stuff. Well, I wouldn't say that. I'm about to take... Is that how hunters... Is that why people like hunting?
Yeah.
The thrill that you and I get from killing flies?
Yeah.
That's why people like to hunt. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
We should, next time we talk to a baseball guy who's like a hunter, we should say we hunt, too.
Yeah, flies.
See how quickly we can lose our streak cred with them.
I can call
yeah,
Lance
yeah.
Lynn back.
Yeah, we took a couple down last week.
Yeah.
Flap!
Yeah. I didn't even use a swatter now.
We lined them up. We're
See, I'm
silent.
above a swatter.
We're dead silent. Yeah. No.
You know, it's like kind of like how some people use the bow.
I
Not
will
gonna use the gun because that's the true fair fight. That's me and flies. I'm not gonna use a swatter.
I will say, I mean, they always suck and they're always broken. But you get one of those electric swatters in your hand and you're like, whoa.
I never used one. I used a real swatter like 3 times. It was too easy.
Like the thwap, like the old movie one.
Yeah.
I mean, the ones that
you ever used one of those?
are built. Yeah.
They're like work. Thwap. The Steve Carell
great
trick,
technology.
the Steve Carell trick works really well.
Go up. Clap up.
Anyway, this man, he was in his 80s in France, was about to tuck into his dinner when he became irritated by a fly buzzing around him. He picked up an electric fly swatter, started targeting it, but a gas canister was leaking in his home. A reaction between the device and the gas caused an explosion, destroying the kitchen and partly damaging the roof of the home.
Ooh.
According to local media, the unnamed man had a lucky escape, sustaining just a burn on the hand.
Cheeky line coming up.
However, the fate of the fly is not known.
Could have got out. If the 80-year-old man survived, I think the fly survived.
80's a little too old for me. Like, if you hear this story about your grandpa, that's so sad.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, that's true.
That's, like, really sad.
62, like, you're like, oh, yeah, he went to the bar the next night and he's laughing with all his buddies.
This is like, oh, no, grandpa can't live alone
It flew away from him.
Yeah, 80 is a bit too sad for me.
Maybe he's a healthy 80.
Well, let's go to an old man who I want to
Maybe this
die.
saved his life.
Yeah.
Like, instead of the gas leak kind of slowly taking him.
Okay.
Like, because of this explosion.
Yes.
Nice.
Good job, Fly. Church leader who claims coronavirus is God's punishment for same-sex marriage, tests positive. He's 91 years old. So, you know, I hope that his loved ones get a chance to be with him, and I hope that his loved ones have not been brainwashed by him, and I hope that his way of thinking ends with him.
Scott TP in the chat. Yes. ... Fly swatters work. LOL.
They work too good. Is my point.
Good technology.
They're too easy.
Underrated. If we did an all-time technology list, the fly swatter would get overlooked, and it shouldn't.
Because what you're thinking is like my hand.
Yeah.
Should be able to do what the fly swatter does.
Right.
But it can't, and the fly swatter's too easy.
Fly knows. Yeah. Okay, church leader. Good luck. What do we say? How do we end this?
I hope you're not in pain.
Okay.
That's fair, right?
Yeah. I hope all of you listening are not in pain.
Austrian guy spends 2.5 hours in a box filled with ice cubes. David Blaine has done this.
Yeah. Like an ice block, right? Wasn't it Times Square or something?
So he did 2 hours and 30 minutes. David Blaine, ice.
Didn't David Blaine do like 3 days?
Frozen in time. Is in 2000. So we're like 20 years. It was frozen in Times Square.
Look at this website, Jim.
63 hours, 42 minutes. That's longer than what this guy did, right?
You got to check out this website.
So why is, hey, don't do a stunt if it's already been done. And then do it worse. If you're going to do a frozen in ice cube stunt, you better outlast David Blaine. Although when you type in David Blaine ice, like it auto-populates to fake or revealed.
Do we like David Blaine? We were pretty locked in the other day. From Brooklyn.
I hate when people think they're like outing something as fake.
Right.
And they're just outing themselves as not having common sense.
Yeah.
In case you did not see, the advertising gave you the impression that David Blaine was frozen into a block of ice. He actually stood in an air pocket inside a block of ice. Like, you didn't out David Blaine as being a fake. You outed yourself as being a dumb idiot.
Yeah.
You literally thought his face was frozen in a block of ice. They're like, he could breathe. He was just, he was inside. They go on to say, it was still a cool feat because he was standing sleep deprived in a freezing area for several days. Like,
you got it.
You're dumb.
You ended up there.
You dumb. David Blaine didn't try to trick you into
No.
thinking he was frozen. People are weird, man.
I like David Blaine.
I like David Blaine because he doesn't make us watch him die.
Yeah.
He's always
Yet.
got safety measures.
Yet.
But it also depends on what his children's careers are.
Yeah, you're big on that.
And his parents' careers. Does David Blaine come from a lifelong family of Daredevil magician that have died?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Because that's my issue with the Wallendas.
Right.
And when David Blaine does stunts, he's not constantly saying, God help me. God help me. Oh,
Right.
Jesus Christ, please help me. I'm just praying to you, Jesus. Please get me
Busy.
across. Please get me across Niagara Falls.
His mother was a teacher. Looks like.
Yeah.
Father was in the Vietnam War.
Great.
Don't know if they say his profession.
Might have been it.
That could have been it, yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm with you with the Wallendas and the God stuff. Obviously. I do think there is something beautiful to it staying in the family. Like if you knew a family that, grandpa ran the deli, and then dad ran the deli, and then the son ran the deli, and then the grandson ran the deli. I think you'd find some beauty in that, no?
Yes.
And we just saw that end, but
But his relatives died
Right. Yeah.
by being tightrope walkers.
They weren't good enough, Jim.
Like, there's footage of them all falling to their death.
Yeah.
Now he's still doing it and making his kids do it.
Yeah.
to be fair,
He prays to God.
Everyone dies.
He prays to God.
BBD's counter.
Like, don't
all my relatives
Out on the God stuff.
don't put yourself in the line of death
Right.
and then beg God
Yeah, to get me out of
to
here.
get you out of there. Dude, you're walking
You did this.
across the Grand Canyon on a tightrope with no parachute or no safety line.
Has he got anything coming up? It feels
Like,
like
you
it's
can't be
time.
begging God for help when you did this.
Does he have like a schedule?
God's got people in harm's way.
Oh. Do you know how old he is?
51.
41. You got a lot of Nick Wallenda coming
God
up.
damn it, man. You ever heard him walk across tightrope?
from you.
You should bring. I support you bringing up a clip because it's honestly, until you hear it, it's kind of shocking. Does he have something coming up? Oh my God, this webpage is hilarious. NickWallenda.com.
Do you want me to try and share my screen?
If you could.
All right.
Praise you, God.
It's 1-8 at the end.
Praise you, Jesus.
The whole time. He's asking for God's help.
How's
Like,
that reacting now, Nick?
hey, why don't you give
not
God a
liking
break
it.
and
Yeah.
not walk
Yeah.
across the Grand Canyon
Oh,
without
Lord.
any safety?
Thank you, Jesus.
Yep, that's it. You're doing right. You're doing good.
Lord, help this cable to calm down. Command it in your name, Jesus, with the authority of God.
I haven't
Praise
watched this in a while. It gets me
Praise you,
fired up. I hate
Fired
this
up.
fucking dude.
Fired
you.
up.
A lot of wind.
Yeah, I know it's out there. Just you're doing the right thing, though. Just take it.
Yes, Jesus. That's my King. Praise you. Praise you, Jesus. I don't want to talk to anyone, Dad.
Okay, I got you.
Praise you, Lord. Winds are way worse than I expected.
You're doing fine, though.
Is it
You're
working,
handling
BBD?
fine. It's nothing that you haven't encountered before.
Just need to relax more.
That's right.
It's kind of hard to relax when you're 1,500 feet above a canyon.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Talk all you
No one
want
fucking
That's
told
why the
you to do
world
it.
is
till
watching.
you get here. Praise you, Jesus.
You're doing good. Looks spectacular.
Thank you, Jesus.
Very awesome, Nick.
Got a little end-to-end thing building, Terry.
You're 11 and a half minutes.
Nick is now at the halfway point of this walk.
Definitely a whip in that cable.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see it, but you're still handling it fine. Yeah.
Thank you, Jesus. Calm
Starting
that
to
down.
Making his
calm
wife and
down
kids
a little
watch
bit.
this. Like, it's just bad
Yeah.
guy stuff.
Get him out of here.
It's just legitimately like bad guy. Can I get some juice?
Oh.
I hate that.
I always
dude,
got you juiced up, bro.
So he does that the whole time, BBD. Like every 5 seconds. Thank you, Jesus. Oh, Jesus, please calm this wind down.
Jim,
oh, Jesus,
I think you've
please.
out-famous him.
Oh, please get me through this. Oh, Jesus.
66K followers on Twitter for Willendi.
Connor Armheim says, currently very triggered. This is literally using God's name in vain.
Yeah.
It's so... I face-apped him last night, Connor.
Nice.
Yeah,
How'd you do?
I gave him a goatee. And...
How much do you think it costs to book Nick Wallenda?
Can I book him for a therapy session?
Like, I think
Are you
so.
looking at the same thing I'm looking at?
His website?
I'm looking at his Cameo.
Oh, no. How much is his Cameo?
$25. It's a little steep.
Put that in the back pocket. I'm wondering how much I have to pay to get him to our office.
I don't want to do that because I'd climb
$2.99 to chat with him on Cameo, which I didn't know was an option.
I wouldn't want to be mean to his face, but he triggers me like nothing else.
I know. I think it might get you over a mean to someone's face hump. It might be good for you.
Connor. So that's the pic he sent. I hit him with bangs and a goatee.
The face app strikes yet again. Okay.
Ah!
Nick Willendi.
Nick Wallenda, dude, you're such a dick. He makes his kids watch him do that.
Yeah.
He does have a crazy talent.
Nick Wallenda net worth.
I'm not petty enough to say his talent isn't there. It's insane.
It's worth approximately $4 million.
Yeah, man. You want to watch me attempt suicide in front of my family? You want to broadcast my suicide attempt?
I think it's a suicide attempt.
Huh. Dude, that guy wants to die with his boots on. His whole family has died falling off tightropes.
Yeah. Tradition.
It is tradition. Like, he, in the back of his brain, he's like, that's how I'm going to go out.
41. I thought he was older. We could have another full life of Nick Wallenda.
Oh, his kids, when I'm 60, his son's going to be
I'm telling you, Nick might keep going.
They're going to, like,
Nick's
fly.
Gonna try to push
they're
it
going
to
to fly
80.
2 planes. And they're going to walk across it. That might be his next stunt.
I'd watch that.
I'll watch it, and I'll get mad every time.
Jake, when you said you might have a lot of Nick Wallenda left in you, it's a good line by you.
Did that hit home?
Yeah.
Let's see.
I assumed this was a much older gentleman.
I thought he was. His face screams 50. His face screamed 50 a decade ago.
Wallenda credits God for his success.
Oh,
that's obvious.
He comes up too often on here. Might have to ban him.
Well, he gave the Nick Wallenda Award first week of the season.
I did?
Yeah.
Who got it?
Got any guesses? While I go look for it.
Hap?
Tightrope.
Tightrope walker?
This was the very first series.
I don't know.
Hicks?
Luke Voigt.
Whoa.
Because Ford hit a home run?
Must have been.
All right.
I'm going to go find it.
Kentucky driver failed to fool police with a hand-drawn license plate. Let's take a look at this license plate.
We like these stories. We've seen a few of these come across. Hand-drawn license.
Dude. It's a really good effort. Have you seen the picture yet? No, it's a really good effort by the hand-drawn license plate.
Okay.
Like, much better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be a joke. If that thing whips by you on the road, why not?
Yeah, that's almost the dangerous game there. If you're driving fast, you can't tell.
Just got to be speeding nonstop.
That's a tricky game. You almost need to distance yourself from drivers and then drive really slow so they go past you.
Yeah. Or Or just start swerving.
It's pretty good.
It's not bad.
The bourbon at the bottom feels unnecessary. I feel like that's not on every license plate.
Well, good. I don't know.
They went for that.
I don't know. Do they have devices for criminals where you have a built-in fake license plate that drops down over your real license plate? Like a button you hit in the front?
I mean, the famous thing in the rap game for a while was the hideaway license plates. Like, your license plate would go away, but you wouldn't put a fake one out there.
See, I want something that drops down over it.
Right.
Maybe it just turns a C into a 0. Like maybe
Right.
it's one line.
Maybe it's even a light that can do it.
Yeah. Some trickery. You press it up front.
There probably is. Seems easy enough, right?
And we just came up with the idea.
They did it on Mythbusters. They did a license plate on Mythbusters. Albany man rescued from Lake George by priests on a floating tiki bar.
So the bourbon, yeah, I think they put the counties under the license plate.
So Bourbon County.
It's a really good effort.
It's a really good effort. They just steal a license plate.
Yeah.
Seems easier.
What's we got?
The Albany, the guy who was floating, and then a priest found him. But I don't know who was on the tiki bar, the guy floating or the priest.
I'm gonna assume the priest.
It was a choppy afternoon on the lake, and Jimmy McDonald from Albany was paddling in a kayak.
Jimmy McDonald.
Jimmy Mac.
Yeah.
As McDonald tells it, he drifted away from his wife and stepkids because he was taking pictures with his new smartphone and not really paying attention. I mean, this is the most fishy of sentence. Yeah, I just drifted away.
Playing on my phone in the water.
You guys are getting out of sight. I'll be back.
You guys getting further away, or have I just
will be back.
been playing with this phone for too damn long?
Dad, just paddle towards us. The tide. The tide. I don't want to tire my arms out. So then he got 30 feet of water. He was in about 30 feet of water.
Oh my God, this guy's an idiot.
He was holding onto the kayak with one hand and his new smartphone with the other. He says people, other kayakers, and canoeists were passing by in the distance, but the former amateur boxer's pride.
Oh, Jimmy McDonald, the amateur boxer.
Jimmy McDonald is such is this dude, where's this story from? Albany? Albany? Yeah. Okay.
He's in Lake George. He's from Albany. Yeah.
Oh, we got a picture of him.
His
down low.
pride wouldn't let him scream for help. So for
Jimmy, I want you to imagine the picture that we just read. This gentleman.
He prayed to Jesus. He prayed to Jesus, but he wouldn't just ask the fucking humans for help.
No, he's too proud. He's too proud.
He wouldn't ask the human beings for help, but then he says, I thought I might die, so I prayed to Lord and Jesus Christ. Dude, just say help.
Jimmy.
He had his phone on him. Make a fucking phone call. This guy wanted to die.
This gentleman had an ill-fitting life jacket on and a new cell phone, so he kept his phone above the water while he was drowning.
But he's in a canoe, right?
He fell out. That's the whole thing. So he was drifting away in the canoe. When he tried to get back, he fell out, lost his paddle, out of the canoe. Life jacket doesn't fit good, so it's doing the life jacket floats up on you. But he's also got his new phone he was playing with in his hand. So he's holding that above the water instead of, like, saving his life and paddling better. And then instead of asking for help, he hit up the big man upstairs. And then, wouldn't you know it, Jim, who comes over but a couple priests on a tiki bar? How funny is it that I've been sober for 7 years and I get saved by a tiki bar? McDonald laughed.
But how funny is it?
It was the bar was full of priests and seminarians from the Paulist Fathers, a Catholic retreat on the lake.
An Albany man who capsized his kayak on Lake George said he prayed to God for help, and it arrived in the form of priests on a tiki bar. Mark Mulholland reports.
It was a choppy day on Lake George, more waves than today. And Jimmy McDonald from Albany was in a kayak. As he tells it, he drifted away from his wife and stepkids because he was taking pictures and not really paying attention. As he tried to make his way back, the water got choppier and he tipped over and lost his paddle. He was in about 30 feet of water, his ill-fitting life jacket coming up over his head, and he was holding onto the kayak with one hand and his new $1,400 smartphone with the other. He says people were passing by in the distance.
He's holding onto the
former amateur boxer's pride
with the phone
let
in
him
the
scream
kayak.
for help. So for
Jimmy's
several
not
exhausting
getting there.
minutes, he kept trying to right the kayak.
You know, that's when I said, all right, I think I might die today. I think this might be it. So I prayed to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for help.
A lot of things aligned that day.
Greg Barrett is a captain for
What the
Tiki Tours.
Who was that?
Typical
Who was
pilots
that?
party.
Who got involved right at the end there? Who got involved after Jimmy
The way
McDonald?
they edit and produce these news
Was that
clips is
God?
so
He saw
bizarre.
Jimmy's paddle.
Prayed to my Lord and Savior.
Like, why
Jesus
was it necessary to introduce a new character we don't know yet and have him say that one sentence?
Jimmy McDonald, I got good news and bad news. You were
Christ
the
for help.
only
A lot
person
of
that thought you were going to
things
die
aligned
that day.
that day.
Greg Barrett is a captain for Tiki Tours. He typically pilots partiers. At first he saw Jimmy's paddle, and then one of his passengers said they heard a call for help.
So as soon as I turned the boat towards him, I realized his life preserver had been in the upper portion of his head, and he was hanging on for dear life.
They got to him.
Yeah.
A deckhand
You're
and
gonna
the
wanna get
passengers
out of there,
pulled him on
Jim.
board.
that I've been sober for 7 years. Bar.
And not just Lake, Floating Bar. The priest and
to help someone in need.
someone in need.
Yeah.
I mean, people that try to say toxic masculinity isn't a thing.
Oh.
This guy wouldn't ask for help.
Yeah. It's toxic Jesus linity.
Did you see the footage of the lake?
Yeah.
It was Labor Day weekend on a lake.
He's the only person that thought he was going to drown.
He was just float.
He was floating in a life
He had a
jacket.
kayak.
Yeah.
Any other human
Yeah.
puts the phone in the kayak,
Yeah.
climbs back up into the kayak,
Yeah.
or just screams for, like, hey, can you help me?
Or you
So-
could even just tighten the life jacket.
Fix the life jacket.
Take it off and float on top of it.
Wear it like a diaper.
Do anything besides what you did. Do anything besides coming to grips with dying.
That's one of the more frustrating stories.
Yeah, it got you.
Oh, the tiki bar just happened to float by. No, you're in a crowded fucking
Labor Day.
Labor Day
It's
lake.
Labor Day weekend. It's I'll tell you one thing I do know.
I thought I was gonna die, so I prayed to God. Oh, what about all the people around you?
Know who's gonna be watching the next Nick Wallenda special? You and this guy. Big time.
I can't believe this fucking story, dude.
It's good. It's good.
Jeez.
Good stories. Good job, BBD.
Yeah, good job. Great. Well, honestly, great story.
Great story.
For us to talk about.
Yeah.
I hope I forget about that immediately.
Yeah. I think that one's going to stick with you, big guy.
What a dummy. Imagine telling your wife, I thought I was going to die because I didn't want to call for help.
Yeah.
Like, he said those sentences.
Yeah.
He said I was too embarrassed to call for help.
Yeah.
So I thought I was going to die. Imagine being the wife, being like, hey, dude, you just fucking not accept death that easily?
Yeah.
Like, do anything.
Thought he was going to die.
Because he was floating in water.
Floating in a life jacket.
Holding on to a kayak.
Like the number.
Dude had two floating devices.
Like the number 1 and number 2 devices you'd want if you were in a lake.
And he could have easily dropped his phone into the kayak.
Yeah.
And then held onto the kayak with both.
Could have done it.
Preserving the phone, you just dial 911 and hope what happens. There's 3 choices there before just accepting death.
All right.
Thought he was going to die.
That's fucking preposterous.
Bet of the day, it's the bet of the day. Bet of the day, bet of the day.
Bet of the day. It is the bet of the day. Jakey won yesterday.
Oh, big time.
And I agreed with you, right?
Yep.
Hell yes. Started the week off right. Mets over. No, it was the over in the Mets Orioles. What did it go to?
11-2, I think, was the final.
Who got all the runs?
O's.
Tired Mets bullpen. That's what we factored in.
Tired Mets bullpen.
Hell yeah. Jake, you are 2 out of your last 3. As am I. Absolutely love it. You're 22. You're 21 and 25 on the season. I'm 22 and 24.
We've been doing good in baseball season. We were both like heavy below 500, I think.
Let me see. I have the numbers.
Okay.
In the MLB, you are 9 and 8 right now. And it doesn't have mine.
Okay.
9 and 8 though.
Sure. Jim, I don't have a winner today, but I might.
That's awesome.
But I think it's a really fun bet because it's kind of the baseball game of the day anyways. We are going to go to Cincinnati versus Chicago. Jim, this is Darvish versus Bauer.
Ooh.
Cy Young implications on the line. Jim, the over-under in this 9-inning game?
7.5.
6.5.
Oh, that's low, though.
It's low. Last night's game was 3-0. I think they're expecting another shove. I almost wanted to take the over because the Cubs got to Bauer last time. But, Jim, I think what I'm going to go with, I'm going to go Darvish -1.5. He's been lights out, man. The Cubs had really good at-bats against Bauer. That Rizzo-Bauer at-bat where Rizzo just worked him. The over-under scares me a little bit, but I do think Darvish is the NL Cy Young this year. And I think Bauer's coming back earth a little bit, and the Reds don't win games. That's something we've been pushing. So I'm taking the Cubs -1.5. That wins you some pretty good cheese, by the way. That's +140.
Yeah, I can't do the under there.
We're not.
I can't do the over there. Just Bauer hasn't. What?
Not doing the over/under.
We were just telling you what the over/under is for the game because it's interesting.
What's the bet?
You get lost in the bet a lot.
As soon as you say over/under, I start researching. I've told you can't. You have to tell me the bet first.
It's Cubs -1.5.
So you're taking the Cubs.
Yeah.
Okay. As soon as you say the over/under, I start researching the over/under.
Well, you gotta build it up a little bit.
Then
Wait
you need
for
to
the
put
bet.
it on. Then put it on the sheet as
Wait
soon as
for
you
the
know
bet.
it.
Okay.
So I can research earlier.
Okay.
Because what's the bet now? The Cubs.
The Cubs -1.5.
Just the Cubs to win.
Cubs to win by -1.5. I gave a whole speech about why I was doing that, and you were already gone.
As soon as you tell me what team you're taking, I researched so I can.
I didn't tell you what team I was taking.
We've had this discussion
I know.
before. You need to tell me what you're doing first.
I'm trying to tell you. I need you to help me. I need you to help me. I need to help you.
Because I would take the over, and I would take the Cubs.
If you could wait till I say the bet, that would be huge for me.
No, because I need to do a lot of research, and I'd just be sitting here silent while you wait for me.
Well, I'm giving you information.
I'm
trying to skew your vote.
We think about it two different ways.
I'm trying to skew your vote.
It'd be nice to have it on the sheet, or as soon as you come up with it.
Okay.
It's going to be the over. I did a lot of thoughts on that.
Okay, huge.
If you want that.
I told you I almost picked the over.
Because, yeah.
Baseball.
Bauer hasn't seen the 7th inning in a while, and their bullpen still sucks. And these teams have bad blood, and I think the Cubs are coming after them hard. The Reds are going to try to, but the Reds stink. I'll take the Cubs to win. The Reds stink. They don't win. If you bet on the Reds, you're a dummy. Even if you get it correct.
Right.
It was a dumb bet. Even if you win in the end, still a dumb bet for you to bet on the Reds. They suck.
That's what I was going to tell you.
I mean, that's the show.
You got to hit the sound.
Oh, yeah.
Jake is stupid, but he's smart.
Bang. Bang.
Easy. See you guys. See you tomorrow.